For a momentous night awaits, and there you have it, the trophy that goes on the line tonight. The Australia Cup lead, Broxham and James Meredith from the Macarthur Bulls. Great to see DJ Brox and, of course, James Meredith, who's on the coaching staff of the Bulls when they lifted the cup in 2022. So history awaits, team. A third Australia Cup potentially on the horizon for Melbourne Victory under new coach Paddy Kisnorbo, and the legacy that he wants to start and create as they propel themselves into a brand new season. And then for the Bulls, you have Mile Stojovski on the precipice of his first piece of major silverware as a head coach. So Mark Milligan, Archie Thompson as the players stand in the tunnels awaiting that first piece of silverware. How does tonight play out? Who for you has the edge?
Yeah, look, I think a lot of it will come down to how Victory press and how well Macarthur can get out of it. And the other key for me is if the Macarthur team that played Newcastle a few weeks ago turns up, then that gives them their best chance of winning some silverware tonight.
Yeah, I have to agree. Last couple of weeks, Macarthur, the ball movement hasn't been quick enough to really open up teams. It needs to be good tonight, but I just look at that Melbourne Victory side. They just look up for it. The atmosphere is certainly for them. I mean, you can see the crowd in behind. They've just got a lot of good attacking players, so for me it's Victory.
I know, even though Reno Piscopo comes in, he makes his starting debut for Melbourne Victory. Does that see a difference and a bit of a spark for Victory? Because Arzani's watching on from the stands tonight, Millsy.
Yeah, look, I don't know if Victory need a spark. They're at home, they're in front of their fans. We know what they're capable of at home, and like I said, I think just the intent from Macarthur needs to be nice and positive, nice and early, take the fans out of it as quickly as they can, and that gives them a shot.
Well, here we go. The Australia Cup final between Melbourne Victory and the Macarthur Bulls. It is time now for the Welcome to Country.
Moloch. Hello everyone and good evening. We, the Wurundjeri of Naarm, are proud to have events on country. Tonight we are here to watch the third major event this weekend. We would like to congratulate those who have organised this night for all of us to come together once again. We are known as the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people, and we celebrate all events that take place on country with a welcome. Each year we celebrate what Mother Nature is doing and how people are looking after country. We thank the curators for their many efforts to care for country, and this is one way that you and I and all of us can work together to provide a balance of ecological property for those to come. This is the Managum. We are the Managum people. I'll take this leaf on your behalf. This is my father's country, and from the ancestors, the elders and community of country, we hope you accept this gift. It means that you are welcome to everything, from the tops of the trees to the roots of the earth. It also means you join with us to pay your respects and honour those who have walked this land since time immemorial. This land will be walked by many more and more to come today and forever. Together with our family, the Nark Warren and you, we want to wish both teams, Melbourne Victory and Macarthur, the best of luck tonight. Waminjakal, Wurundjeri Balak, Yemen, Kundibek, and you are most welcome to the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people. Waminjakal.
We now ask that you, if you're able, please be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem to be performed by Ben Clark.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair.
Well, here we go. The 2024 Australian Cup final lineups and kick-off are next. Don't go anywhere.
Let's have a look at the teams then for this 10th edition of the Australia Cup final. For Melbourne Victory, new coach Patrick Kisnorbo has built success in this cup run on consistency, so all the more surprising to see the omission of Daniel Arzani. Reno Piscopo comes in for his first start in a Victory shirt. The other changes in defence, Casey Boss returning at left back for Adama Traore. Nikos Virgos and Nishan Valupale up front have 8 goals between them this campaign. While for Macarthur, 2 changes for Mile Sturjovski from the semi-final side that defeated South Melbourne 1-0. Danny De Silva misses out with a niggling groin injury. Jake Holman comes in for him. The other change is in attack, where Valère Germain, the Frenchman, misses his first match after 40 consecutive starts since signing for the Bulls last season. Sent off in the last minute against South Melbourne, it's Jed Drew who comes in to replace him. One player looking to continue his good run in a Melbourne Victory shirt is Nikos Virgos, the 28-year-old Greek striker who has just arrived this season. He came through the ranks at Olympiacos and was once on the books of the great Real Madrid, only appearing for the B team. 5 goals in the Greek First Division last season. He arrives in the prime of his footballing career. And while there's no Valère Germain to score the goals for Macarthur, one man that's pretty good at stopping them is the Polish goalkeeper Filip Kurto. Outstanding in this cup run, outstanding against South Melbourne in the semi. He saved a penalty against Victory last season, denying Bruno Fornaroli one of 3 penalty saves last season. And we know that penalties are never far away in a cup final. Patrick Kisnorbo, who enjoyed great success at crosstown rivals Melbourne City, now wears the navy blue of Melbourne Victory and looking to begin his reign with silverware after that difficult run in French football as well. Opposite him, Mile Sturjovski, a champion with the Central Coast Mariners as a winger back in 2013, the former Socceroo. He won a National Cup competition. It was the Swiss Cup with Basel back in 2007 as a player. And whichever coach claims the victory today, it will be a first and a new coach in the winner's circle. Jonathan Barrero, it's a first for him as well. He has the honour of taking charge of the 2024 Australia Cup final. Australia's biggest sporting competition. It started with 758 clubs. There's been drama, upsets, thrills and spills along the way, and now one of Melbourne Victory or Macarthur FC will get their hands on the silverware. Daniel McBreen, a cup final is always a moment to be cherished for players and fans alike. It'll be no different this evening.
Well, 100%, Robbie. Good evening, everyone. It's what you play football for, to play in these big occasions. Both teams have been there in recent years as well. And you can see already the intensity of the match.
Both sides have been there before. Melbourne Victory have won it twice, Macarthur once. Victory was the 2021 Australia Cup when Chris Economides got the winner against the Mariners. Chris Economides, who's just signed for Macarthur, but he's absent this evening, still about 3 weeks away. Perhaps he'll be ready for the start of the season. We just caught him there watching from the sidelines. The other familiar face who went the other way last season, Daniel Arzani, is missing altogether from the team sheet for Melbourne Victory. He won the cup 2 years ago with Macarthur, and is he another victim of the Paddy Cosnorbo arrival? We know he's a hard taskmaster. He lays down the law. Bruno Fornaroli has been one perhaps victim of that already, relegated to the bench as the early free kick played in by Bratton to the back post and nobody attacking it for Macarthur. But perhaps Daniel Arzani may just have fallen foul.
Well, I believe the official line is that he's suspended for the first round of the A-League, so they want to play with a team that they could put out in the first round of the A-League. Now, I think you could scratch the surface on that one and maybe find something else. We'll leave that to the viewers to make up their own mind on that one.
To the surface scratchers to have a look. Well, it promises to be either way a big year for Australian football. It's the 20th season of the A-League. This, the 10th edition of the Australia Cup, which really is a unique competition in Australia. Oh, it was Curto with a controlled ball forward to Bratton. Bratton, who was a cup winner last season with Sydney FC. So was Keely Adamson, the Macarthur right back, as Roderick Miranda. A new haircut for the new season, with that nod back to Jack Duncan, the new keeper for Victory, perhaps just keeping the gloves warm for Mitch Langerak, who arrives in January, but perhaps Jack Duncan would like to have a say about that as well.
Well, he had a good performance last week, didn't he, against Adelaide? A couple of great saves. He knows he's going to be under heavy pressure to hold that position, so he has to do everything he can to not let the coach drop him.
He might have some work to do here as well. Jed Drew down the right-hand side. Walter Scott arriving at the back post. It was Marin Jakulic through the middle, who was at Melbourne City last season. And it's the first corner of the contest for the away side.
Well, that will be a real danger for Melbourne Victory. Jed Drew and his pace in that wide area. We highlighted the pre-match Adelaide, when they did get into those pockets and play wide early, they did create chances. I'm sure Mile Sturjovski and his staff would have had a good look at that.
Will be Jakulic to take this corner towards the penalty spot. Hooked back around by Matt Yeoman. Adamson has done well, turning one way then the other, one right back against another, and it's Guerrier who came out on top. Now Vujica playing the ball straight back in. Brendan Hamill with the header away. Hamill and Guerrier and Velupile, 3 passes in a row. The only 3 players that were on the pitch when Victory won the Cup 3 years ago. Jordi Valadon with the pass wide for Casey Boss. He looks up and crosses. Too high for Virgos. Header away by Yeoman. Now back in. Renaud Piscopo with his first chance from the outset to shine for his new club.
Well, it was a neat ball from Jordi Valadon in behind the Macarthur defence, wasn't it? Jed Drew, he just got caught a little wide and opened up that space.
That's a clever little header from Jakulic for Holman, playing in that false 9 position in the absence of Valère Germain. Now Jed Drew. Adamson outside him, he turns back towards Bratton. And now Tommy Uzcock, who's sporting the black bandage on his forehead this evening after that cut late on against South Melbourne. Guerrier again with Velupile. 5 goals and 2 assists in this cup run for Nishan Velupile. He's been in outstanding form. He'll have to lift it up though to fulfill that potential that we've talked about for so long in the A-League. Both these sides have only played 1 A-League club on the way to the final as well. For Victory, they scored 4 in 3 consecutive matches against Federation clubs, semi-pros. Macarthur found the going a little more difficult. Mashash wanted a free kick, nothing given. The handball against Bratton. 4 one-goal winning margins for Macarthur. There's the hand. A bit of basketball from Luke Bratton.
Well, you point out there the run-in. Only the one A-League opposition for both of these teams, but it has been a difficult year for A-League teams against our NPL teams out there in Australia. A number of them fell to them.
That is the beauty of cup competition as well. Over the course of a season, invariably the best team wins the premiership, finishes top of the table. But in cup football, on any given day, when the planets align and someone nets that worldie they've always dreamed of, happened to you, I think, Daniel McBreen, we may have seen in the pre-game show.
They are still lost.
Here's Roderick Miranda looking long. Mashash, the little touch for Valupale. Mashash again, a little bit of space for the Frenchman. Gets down to the byline, drives the ball across. Header away by Yerman, only as far as Valupale. He's got Mashash again, comes inside with Teague. Mashash again with the touch, and the cross, it bounces off right. Scott, and out for a throw. Brandon Hamill with the touch back. He spent last season, the last 2 years, with Mohan Bagan in India. Jumping at the opportunity to return, and Vergos, the Greek number 9, perhaps not realising that ball was for him.
Well, it looked to be a good ball, didn't it? It just went whistling past his foot.
Hamill with a confident header back to Duncan. Shash's touch again with Valupale. And there you can see Macarthur without the ball in a 4-4-2 formation, with Holman just behind a central striker of Marin Yakulish, who does have 2 goals in this cup run already. He wasn't a prolific goal scorer with Melbourne City last season, mind you. After much of the early ball was for Macarthur in the opening minutes. We're into the 10th minute of the match, and Melbourne Victory starting to put their foot on the ball now with Geordie Valadon. The Melbourne Victory fan who scored the winning goal from distance in the semi-final. Here he is again on the ball with Ryan Teague. Good switch of play. Perfectly measured ball for Valupale. A push from Vujica, a second push through the back, and the free kick goes Victory's way.
Well, he's a strong customer, Ivan Vujica, but it was a clear push in the back, and a second one for good measure.
Melbourne Victory have scored 5 goals from outside the box in this cup run. Nishan Valupale has 3 of them. Teague, he delivers. Good ball into the dangerous area as well. It was Roderick Miranda, the captain, wasn't far away.
Well, it seemed to just hang in the air for an age, that one, didn't it? I just thought maybe Philip Curto could have come, chose not to. Trusted his defence to do the job in front of him.
Bruno Piscopo, one of 4 new players in the starting 11 for Melbourne Victory this season. In it comes near post. Holman with the header away. Jed Drew with the second. Bratton hooks the ball clear, but it's going to be a comfortable one for Ryan Teague. Now with Jason Guerrier. Almost scored the winning goal in the grand final last season. Jason Guerrier. Yakulish. A little heavy touch. And Jordi Valadon quickly on the scene. Piscopo coming inside, looking to get on the ball. We know he's a playmaker of quality. Cut his teeth in Italian football as a youngster. Played for Wellington. Played for the Jets the last couple of seasons without really confirming his status as a potential star of the domestic game. Now Mashash, he most certainly is, with Valadon. Teague selling the big dummy. Now is there a free kick on the edge of the area? Burgos was looking for it. Not given. Strong from Hamill. And now the break might be on. Burgos again. Lays it back with Jordi Valadon. Now Casey Boss. Jordi Boss's little brother. Looking to make a name for himself this season on that left wing. Mashash again. So strong. Just brushing aside Walter Scott. The cross was a good one as well. Holman gets the free kick. Let's head down to the sidelines where Michael Zapponi is with us this evening. Zappers, how is it down there?
Yeah, fantastic cup atmosphere, and the North Terrace is here in full voice. Right behind Melbourne Victory goalkeeper Jack Duncan. And interesting, just talking about Jack Duncan, he's wearing the bright yellow tonight and clashing with the referees. It's not something that you see very often. I'm told that's because the referees were due a new strip and it hasn't arrived yet, so they're stuck with this goalkeeper clash this evening. The surface doesn't look the best, but I can tell you it's playing very well, and there's obviously an NRL fixture here on Friday night, but it is in good nick.
Fantastic, Zappers, thank you very much. Yes, the clash of strips. It's not something we talk about so much in modern football anymore, probably because we have so many different coloured strips. But in the old days, you weren't allowed to have dark shorts for both sides either, and both are wearing the dark shorts as well. What's happened?
Showing your age there, Robbie. Showing your age.
Traditions.
Well, even the referees have a home and away and a third kit these days, don't they?
Exactly. Here is Jordi Valadon. Velupale. Nice little touch to take on Walter Scott again. Inside Velupale with Mashash, always orbiting on this inside right channel. Velupale still with the Frenchman. Valadon into a good position. That's a lovely ball as well. Velupale with the cutback straight into the arms of Philip Curto.
Well, they're sitting deeper and deeper, aren't they, Macarthur? And when you've got Velupale and Mashash on this right-hand side, it spells danger.
You can see they do have that pacey outlet in the form of Jed Drew down the right-hand side. It's Walter Scott, who's been playing right-back so far this season, who finds himself as a makeshift left winger this evening. With Holman, Guerrier gets a foot in there, and referee says free kick. Holman asking the question of his teammate Walter Scott there, what was the hospital pass for?
Yeah, he played it on the wrong side, didn't he? Holman just wanted to use his body. He wanted that to his left foot so he could protect it. It was a bit of a hospital pass.
Paddy Kuznovo at the bottom of your screen there, down on the sidelines, directing traffic. Wants his side to be aggressive without the ball. You can see it immediately.
We could hear him all game last week, couldn't you? Press, get up, get up, get up. It's a hallmark of the way his teams like to play.
Velupale with the pressure on Yerman. Boss, well defended, just crowded out. But they've turned it away now. Boss into the area. Piscopo for Valadon. The cutback cleared only just. By Liam Rose, but Mashash has won it back off Holman. Victory have imposed their brand of football so far this season. They've been physical, they've been aggressive, and that's exactly what they're trying to do again here against Macarthur.
Well, when they have possession, Casey Boss goes right up high on the wing, doesn't he? They have a back three, and then they have that box midfield. And the Shash sliding over to the right-hand side, and Piscopo on that left side of the 10s. Just overloads that midfield, and you see when they have the possession, Macarthur just drop deeper and deeper.
They're rotating through their front four as well. Yakulish has moved to the left, Macarthur. Walter Scott to the right. Holman and Drew in the middle now as Roderick Miranda decides to bypass all of that for Casey Boss. Burgos arriving in the middle, that's clever from Boss. Goes down, appeals for the penalty from the south end, right under the nose of referee Jonathan Barrero.
Well, I think he got that one right. Let's have another look here. Yeah, I think he's maybe.
Well, if there's a touch on the ball, it is faint. Patrick Kisnorbo having a little word to Jack Morgan, the fourth official. There's no video assistant referee. Free kick goes Macarthur's way.
Well, that just infuriates the Victory supporters even more. It was a good run, Casey Boss, wasn't it? He spoke about how he's getting high on that left-hand side, taking on his opposite number.
Macarthur try and play it out. Scott under pressure from Boss. Just looks hungry for it, doesn't he, Casey Boss? He got his chance towards the back end of last season from Tony Popovic. Was instrumental in qualifying the side for the grand final off the bench. He's been on the score sheet in this cup run as well. And of course, if he needs to look up to a role model, he can just look up to his brother, Geordie, who burst onto the scene 2 seasons ago now and immediately was on his way to Belgian football, where he plays for Westerlo. This is a Socceroo as well.
I was going to say, does he look up to his brother as a role model or someone who's got it better? Either way, it's going to do him good.
Certainly as a model, something to follow. Here he is again. If he can start scoring those spectacular goals his brother scores. Cutting onto that right foot, that pass a little astray. That's the commentator's curse. 4 new signings on the pitch, 2 more on the bench for Melbourne Victory this evening. Josh Rawlins, who's arrived from Perth Glory, another who's spent time in the Netherlands, and Jing Rees, who's on loan from Danish football after spending last season on loan with the Mariners. Burgos, Valadon, back outside to the Greek number 9, a little touch for Boss, flag stays down. Well, that's a bit lazy from Casey Boss, who's bundled off the ball, but he gave it away to Jake Holman. Back to Philip Curto. Bujitsa wanted it short, it goes long, but Yakulish not contesting with Jason Guerrier. Now they'll look to put the pressure on. Yakulish and Bratton, the new faces in the Macarthur starting 11. A couple of new faces. We saw Chris Economides watching from the sidelines. The Socceroo, Harrison Sawyer, the former South Melbourne man, is also there as Economides, who won the cup with Melbourne Victory 3 years ago. And there's also the Belgian defender, Dino Arslanagic, who's just arrived from Saudi Arabia as well. He was a cup winner with Standard Liège. He's joined the club as well, so plenty to look forward to for Macarthur this season.
Well, I think there's plenty to look forward to for A-League fans in general. Plenty of new faces.
Mashash, it's a great ball. Piscopo! Great save, Curto. Well, if they've made it this far, Macarthur, it's in large part to their Polish goalkeeper, and that was the first really good save of the evening.
A wonderful pass from Zinedine Mashash to Piscopo. We've seen him do it so often. Philip Curto spread himself, a wonderful save.
And they come again here. Volupele, too much pace for Vujica, who will stick to his guns. Mashash back with Volupele. Now Teague, well, that outstretched right boot from Philip Curto. A brilliant stop. Duncan made a couple of great saves in the semi-final as well. His victory overcame Adelaide. Now Boss again inside with Piscopo. Mashash was calling for it. Here's Valadon. Ball in behind for Boss, just overhit. And there was something on there.
Yeah, it was wonderfully worked, wasn't it? Great movement of the ball from Melbourne Victory, shuffling that Macarthur team around. We spoke about the overload in midfield, well, it was on again there. Casey Boss made the perfect run. He's just overhit.
Valadon's gone in a little bit high on Liam Rose, who's a tough customer.
He was in the wars last week as well, wasn't he, Liam Rose? Definitely feel it. He finishes a match.
Long with Roderick Miranda. Now Jakulic. He's done well. He needs support though. Bratton straight back. Now Holman looking to run at players. That's a great run from Holman. Still going. Brilliant from Holman. Deflected and just onto the roof of the net. The Macarthur number 8 thought it was dropping in. Brilliant football.
Well, where Marin Jakulic looked up and saw a sea of blue shirts and said, no, not for me. Jake Holman said, well, I'll have a crack at that. Look at him jinking and jiving back and forth. And the deflection for a brief moment had Jack Duncan a little perturbed. He falls onto the roof of the net. Great positive play.
That deceptive first touch with the outside of the boot. You don't see Jason Guerrier stood up too often like that one-on-one.
No, you don't.
The corner's taken short again with Holman. Jakulic looks up to cross, it's deflected. Bratton, first time ball in. Too close to Jack Duncan. Well, they wanted it long towards Piscopo, the crowd. Duncan changing plans with Volupele. Still Volupele, palmed away by Philip Curto. And the game has an open feel to it midway through the first half.
Well, that was a mismatch, wasn't it? Mishan Volupele against Luke Bratton. It was only going to be one winner there.
The North Terrace making plenty of noise after that little scare to see their side charge up the other end. Here they come again. Good feed again from Volupele, who switched flanks with Piscopo. Now the cross, Virgos on the left boot. A really presentable opportunity for victory.
Here's another look at that launch from Jack Duncan. Mishan Volupele against Luke Bratton. He actually did well, Luke Bratton, but he comes inside. You expect Curto to save it from there. And then this is the real golden opportunity. Virgos, he did well to just push off his defender, and yep, Adikiz Norbo knows that was a really good opportunity to take the lead.
He's never been a prolific goal scorer, Nikos Virgos. 5 goals in 31 appearances for Atromitos in the Greek First Division last season. Also played in Austria, in Hungary, and a lot in Spain as well, including first-team football with Hercules, on loan from Panathinaikos. So he's got some big clubs on that CV, none bigger, of course, than Real Madrid. Even if he was only brought in the end to play with the reserves. Scott's clearance. Now Drew, Walter Scott rides the challenge of Boss outside him. The flying Jed Drew. Valadon trying to stick with him. Jed Drew, too much pace, cross to the back post. Guerrier is there. Bratton stretches with Adamson. Great intensity out there at the moment. It's just slowly coming to the boil. Plenty of duels, plenty of challenges.
Well, it's been an intense opening 25 minutes, hasn't it? Both teams very physical as well. Some wonderful football being played out there.
Three weeks out from the start of the A-League season. Long ball, too long from Matt Yeoman this time. Valadon. We know so many youngsters are going to get their opportunity this season. Mashash, too quick. Bursting away. Lovely control as well, looking for Virgos. Gets another chance. Valupule. His shot. Blocked and cleared by Vuyensa. Jordi Valadon on the ball again here. In this 20th A-League season, he's one of the young players that was born after that first season. Grew up on the terraces supporting Melbourne Victory, the side he now plays for, and we're starting to see that more and more, those traditions. In the A-League as it comes of age this year. Offside against Jed Drew, coming back from an offside position.
Reno Piscopo is not happy about that decision not to give the free kick to him.
Again, Mashash, great vision. Finds Virgos, the touchback, the effort from Piscopo. Half-hearted appeals for a hand. Nothing given, and Macarthur starting to have to dig in at the back. Oh, the ball over the top. Jed Drew. This is where they are dangerous on the counter-attack. It's well defended by Hamill. And the crowd appreciate it.
Well, he's done very well there, Brendan Hamill. Jed Drew looked for a moment to have just skipped past him. All his experience in goal to just guide him away from the goal.
A little misunderstanding there between Adamson and Scott. Nearly half an hour gone. 4 shots to 2 in favour of Melbourne Victory, who dominate possession 70-30 at this stage. Which I guess is what we expected. Macca coming into this one.
Yeah, well, I think most people saw Victory as favourites. Macarthur are a team that like to use that pace on the counter-attack as well. Jed Drew and the like.
The absence of Germain certainly is a prejudice for them. 20 goals in 40 matches, started every single game last season, whether that be in the Cup, in the League, or in the AFC Cup, as it was, where they lost out in the end in their regional playoff to the Mariners, who went on to win it.
And there'll be no one more disappointed than Valer Germain himself. Speak to the coaching staff that says that consummate professional, sets really high standards, and He just had a rush of blood to the head, didn't he? Just gave the ball away in the last minute, wanted to win it back and slid in, and just gave the referee an opportunity to give him that second yellow. He didn't need to.
There he was, the former French champion, alongside Radamel Falcao and Kylian Mbappe with Monaco. Still calling for free kicks and pointing from the sidelines. Jakalic deciding to take on Guerria. Well defended again. Now Balupale. Oh, that's given away cheaply. Bratton looks one way then the other. Walter Scott with Holman. Jakalic, ball to the back post. Adamson was arriving. Oh, the head up back into a dangerous area from Casey Boss.
I'm not sure if Jakalic was trying to, in two minds, bend it into the far corner or bend it to that far 6 yards box for the oncoming Adamson, but either way, Casey Boss just got a little bit confused, didn't he, and put it back into a dangerous area.
Liam Rose. Back after playing a couple of years with El Paso in the equivalent of the US Second Division. There he is. Started out with Macarthur.
I think it was Aussie coach John Hutchinson that took him there, wasn't it, to El Paso? Obviously now at Yokohama F. Marinos as the interim head coach.
Holman again. Fantastic to see Aussie coaches around the world. Yokohama not in the best spell at the moment. Aussie players looking to follow them as well. Look at the press. Referee allows the advantage though. Boss. He's got Burgos ahead of him. Burgos, that's a nice touch. Taking on Yerman. A little back heel for Balupale.
Well, I don't mind that. A little run around the back and just trying to back heel it into the path of Balupale. Took a couple of runners with him, but it was Woodcock who read the play.
Well, they're an experienced backline, Macarthur, but they're not the fastest. Bratton sitting just in front of them. Woodcock and Yerman. Actually, they are consistent. Luke Bratton played every single league match for Sydney FC last season. Said he was disappointed not to have been offered the contract to stay at Sydney. Understands that's the rules of the game, but happy to have bounced back immediately with the captain's armband this evening in the absence of the Frenchman Germain in the middle of the park. Scored a goal against the O'Connor Knights in the round of 32. Mashash under pressure. Teague helps it back to Hamill. They'll be happy to snuff out those potential counter-attacks on the halfway line. Melbourne Victory before they get into full-blown counter-attacks with the pace of Jakalic and Drew bearing down on goal. Mashash, the nod. Bratton does well. It's a good ball for Jakalic. It's forced back and under pressure. Holman goes without it. Paladon. Piscopo, that was well defended by Scott. Now they've got numbers. What can they do here? Holman with Jakalic. Drew in the middle. Scott and Holman arriving. Jakulic, can he find the delivery? He's got space to. It's a great ball. And just the very stretching crown of the head of Roderick Miranda took that one away from Jed Drew.
Well, there was no doubt about what he was trying to achieve there. It's a wonderful ball to that back post area as Jed Drew attacks it. Roderick Miranda with the touch that takes it off the forward. That would have been an exquisite goal. And you can see he knows it wasn't far off.
The coaching staff know it as well. Sturjovski would have been proud of that kind of ball back in the day. Jakulic to deliver. There's a scrum of players in and around the penalty spot. The referee now blows the whistle. In it comes. Yeoman trying to get his head on it to the back post. It's a difficult one. And the Bronx cheer from the crowd, letting Walter Scott know all about it.
Well, you don't mind having a crack from that kind of area. Lots of bodies in the way as well. Anything can happen if you hit it well. Deflect, keeper can be unsighted. Or it can just fly off into the crowd.
I don't think that effort from Walter Scott will trouble the XG too much at this stage as we approach half-time. There was a third shot for Macarthur, 4 for Victory, and the XG at the moment in Victory's favour, 0.27 to 0.14. Burgos with the clearest chance of the evening so far, which he steered over the crossbar with only Curto to beat. Piscopo gets the free kick.
Well, it hasn't been a game riddled with goal-mouth action, has it? But it's been an entertaining 38 minutes so far. Good tactical battle. Very physical as well.
See the shot count in Victory's favour. Curto with a strong grab over Jason Guerrier. Cock with Yeoman. Guerrier again. Never played for the Socceroos, Jason Guerrier.
You were reading my mind, weren't you? I am a really big fan. I find that stat really hard to believe.
Well, maybe it will change with Tony Popovic. Here's Valupale on the left foot. Brilliant stop. Philip Curto. Well, we know he's a specialist from the penalty spot. That was almost a penalty. It was unseen until the last moment. He threw himself to ground.
Well, you've just made the point there that it's unseen. Look, he's got 2 of his teammates in the way. He sees it late, and you can see he just gets enough on it. Valupale does well. It's not a bad effort at all. Philip Curto gets just enough of a thumb on it.
A-League goalkeeper of the year with Wellington Phoenix. Going back a bit now as Guerrier got his head on that. Now we've got a player down. It's Matt Yeoman, who's holding his nose or his eye there. We've already got Tommy Uskog, who's all bandaged up after the last game. Mind you, that was Philip Curto that collected Tommy Uskog, his own player, last week. Now, just have a look at Yeoman here with Miranda. Was there a swinging arm? Roderick Miranda? Yeoman certainly feels so.
They were in a bit of a tussle, and not sure if it was the shoulder maybe that caught him in the face.
topic of Socceroos, don't forget World Cup qualifiers are just around the corner. China and Japan, and then in November Saudi Arabia here at the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium, as it is affectionately known for FIFA competitions. That's on the 14th of November. It will be on Paramount Plus, and if you want to come along, just get your tickets, search Socceroos on the internet. Holman. Well, that's nicely done again. He's such a tricky customer, Jake Holman. Needs to find the option in behind Boss. It's well played. Scott now looking to drive it in. Casey Boss recovered just in time.
Well, it's great physical display in the first instance there from Holman, battling against 3 Victory players. Then he sizes up the situation. It's a wonderful ball in behind.
The run could have been a little quicker in coming from Walter Scott.
He was just waiting for that run, wasn't he?
Marin Jakulic, who's been coming across to take all the corners from that far side, has left it this time for the left boot of Walter Scott. It'll be an in-swinger this time. In it comes. Great header away from Virgos at the near post. Straight back in. Mashash this time. Bratton dinking the ball over. Drew's little touch towards Keely Adamson. Just couldn't control the pass back. Have looked dangerous on occasion, though, Macarthur coming forward.
Well, they have. Still just haven't quite put it together, though, have they?
They've looked almost dangerous.
Yeah.
Good strength from Liam Rose against Virgos. Holman again. The young under-23 Australia representative. Younger brother and sister play across town at Sydney FC. Liam Rose sees it just out of play. Early days for Reno Piscopo in a Victory shirt. He's another one on the eve of this new season who you look forward to, but knowing that this is a big season for him as well.
Well, yeah, obviously the last 2 seasons with the Jets, injury hampered his progress over the course of the whole 2 years. Really couldn't get any consistent game time. He'll be looking to rectify that.
Again, it's good play from Holman, who's really taken over the playmaker duties here. Jed Drew looks and waits. Turns back inside Miranda, the cutback. Couldn't find Walter Scott. Now Adamson, as Macarthur looked to finish the first half with a flourish. Bratton. For Vujica. Short with Jakulic. Back for Vujica. Veluple tracking back. What's the referee decide? Goal kick. Just feeling that right hip. Nishan Veluple.
There will be 1 minute of added time.
1 minute of stoppage time has begun. The scarves are out in the North Terrace for the Melbourne Victory fans. They will have liked what they've seen so far in this cup run. They would have liked what they've seen in the first half as well, insofar as they've had the better chances, and they also know that they've got a real match on their hands. And they'll be attacking their end in the second half. Will that be enough to make the difference? Holman, is there one twist left in the tail of this opening stanza? Jakulic with Holman. It's well played, space for Vujica to look up. Ball bouncing around, Jet Drew couldn't get a toe on it. Now Velupile with Guerrier. Oh, and the ball's broken fortuitously to Rino Piscopo. Yeoman's challenge, Piscopo keeps it in. Can he go again? Yakulish, silly foul. Referee says no time for the free kick though. Half time. Marin Yakulish has a couple of words as well. And a spicy end to the opening 45 minutes. Both sides have had their chances. A couple of fine saves from Philip Curto in the Macarthur goal to deny Nishan Velupile in particular. Nikos Virgos shot over from a promising position as well, but there's no score at the break at Amy Park. Half-time in the cup final. It's Melbourne Victory 0, Macarthur 0. Well, we'll head off to a break. Tara, Millsy and Archie will be back with all the half-time analysis.
Welcome to Club Changer, Football Australia's club development program. Club Changer aims to protect and enhance our clubs, make them stronger and more resilient, and lead them in building dedicated, welcoming and inclusive cultures. Any club can get involved. Simply go to footballaustralia.com.au/Club Changer and register.
FIFA World Cup qualification heats up in Melbourne this November. It will be the biggest ever World Cup, and the Socceroos, they want to be a part of it. Our welcome champions. The Socceroos take on Saudi Arabia in front of a raucous Melbourne crowd. Be a part of history as Australia look to qualify for our 6th consecutive World Cup. That's what they mean. The Socceroos for tickets. The Matildas, the darlings of Australian sport.
The Commonwealth Matildas are coming back to Victoria. This December, Australia takes on Chinese Taipei in Melbourne's Amy Park and Geelong's GMHBA Stadium.
The Matildas are running up.
From the Women's World Cup to friendlies, the Matildas love playing in Victoria. For the last time
Australia Cup final night live on Network 10 and Paramount Plus. This is the opening 20 minutes of the game. Betsy Boss, Kelly Addison, potentially a shout for a penalty to go Melbourne Victory's way. Mark Milligan, Archie Thompson, I'll invite you in on this one. Millsy, coach to coach, how did you see that one?
Yeah, no. Look, he's made contact. I'm happy with those to be let go, as long as they let go all the time, Archie.
Yeah.
I think you'd probably have a different opinion on that one.
No, I do, especially when you're a striker. You get in front of the defender, and the defender goes down and tries to kick out, but doesn't get the actual ball. I'm sure if there was VAR, that would have gone to penalty review and maybe penalty.
Oh, well, all the
I don't know,
Melbourne
what are you? But he's a defender and I'm an attacker.
This is correct. Defender-attacker, both former Melbourne Victory players as well. 0-0 it is here at halftime of the Australia Cup final between Melbourne Victory and the Macarthur Bulls. We're going to take a look at the first half action team. But what have you made of it so far? Melbourne Victory seemingly in control, creating some really great opportunities from down that right-hand side. Boss on the left-hand side as well. But on the break, the Bulls have been pretty dangerous too.
Yeah, they have. Look, it was a little bit of a slow burn to begin with. It took a little bit of time for the game to find its flow. Again, they've created a few half chances. As I said, Victory have dominated possession and field position, but Curto again with some wonderful saves. And look, they just need to turn this dominance into goals. On the flip side, Macarthur have looked dangerous on the counter-attack, exposing that space that Boss leaves. We know he's so aggressive. So there is space there, and when they can get the ball there quickly and get Jed Drew out and running, they look dangerous.
Yeah, and most of the attacks have actually come from this man, Nishan Velupillay. He's been fantastic this Australia Cup. That's an amazing save because from Nishan's point of view, you hit it low across the goalkeeper, but he would have seen that a little bit late with all the number of bodies in front of him, and to make that hand strong and save, that was brilliant.
Taking a look at the first half stats there, Melbourne Victory, you can see their dominance. So who's the happier coach, though, walking into the halftime break, considering then that the Bulls have been able to hold them out?
Yeah, look, I don't think Millet will be too disappointed. He knows that if they keep doing what they're doing, they'll create chances, and they have looked dangerous at times. It's just being a little bit more consistent in that.
All right, well, do not go anywhere. The halftime show continues on the other side, and don't forget the A-League season. It returns on October 18.
Iraconda! His first ever senior hat-trick. Kaczarski! Oh! Wow! He's going to have a go here. Oh, what a save from Paul Izzo. Tabata! They've done it in the 99th minute. Edmondson! And the Mariners have done it. And they are champions of Australia.
So that's all right. That's why we have our first attempt. Ryan, you're up next round. So I'm going to put this one right here on the 18-yard line for you. You put in the spot you see fit. And let's sign up for your first attempt. No being tricky now. Okay, let's do it. Ryan, first attempt to win this fight on back through. Oh my. Sometimes all we need is one attempt. Ryan, that felt pretty good off the foot. You are talking before we did this. Somewhat joking, I thought, sarcastically, that you were feeling confident and you walk out and do that. Are you just like nailing across the bar whenever you want to at any time, or is that sort of, is that a bit unexpected?
That was a bit unexpected. He plays soccer, I don't know, so.
What sport do you play?
I play footy.
You play footy? Well, fair to say you put the soccer player in change tonight, and because of that, you have won this Liza Ultimate Pro Match Ball. Give it up for Ryan, everybody! Now got his first attempt here at 85 for himself. A Liza Ultimate Pro Match Ball. The Australian Cup would like to extend their appreciation to their many partners, including Qantas, Australia's favourite airline, proud to support the Australian Cup for over 10 years. When football communities take to the sky, they choose Qantas. Football and football, there is no better partnership. Subway, the official sandwich artist, form Subway Socceroos and proud partners of the Australian Cup, proudly satisfying your midfield. Don't forget to fuel up on the football part of the game. Subway, eat fresh. And of course, thanks to your channel 10, your home of football. And of course, the home of the Australian Cup through to 2028. And of course, with Macarthur, the Macarthur Ultimate Pro, the official match ball of the Australian Cup. Spectators must refrain from any disorderly conduct or conduct that may injure the reputation and goodwill of FA and the code of football general. Any person who is not compliant with the spectator code of behaviour or to otherwise cause a disturbance may be evicted from the venue and taken down in future matches. And of course, on behalf of Football Australia, we want to extend a huge thank you to everyone for coming out tonight, your support for your teams and the competition throughout its many knockout stages. Certainly means a lot to us. And you can keep on to make all the magic of the cup. Stay tuned to the Australian Cup official Facebook and X channels to join in the conversation using the hashtag Australian Cup and Magic of the Cup. Don't forget, you can also catch the latest news, highlights and match reports at www.australiancup.com.au. Well, you want to scan that QR code now, I can assure you of this. We're having some fun here at half time. Scan the QR code and you can take part in our half time.
Welcome back to Amy Park. The man, one of them who brought the Australia Cup out tonight was Lee Broxham, a man who played over 450 games for Melbourne Victory in all competitions, won 2 Asian Cups, Australia Cups, Broxy. What was it like bringing it out? How are you enjoying your retirement?
Yeah, enjoyed it. The cup's heavier than it looks, actually. So it was, that was good seeing an old teammate, James Meredith, growing up in the younger years with him. Amazing crowd here tonight. Sitting back in the padded chair tonight and enjoying it. It's quite nice.
Behind the glass, how have you seen the game? Melbourne Victory created plenty of good chances, and is it difficult to watch from behind the glass?
A little bit. Missed that buzz a little bit, but they're doing well. Boys are playing good football. You can see PK's got him the way he wants them. There probably should be 1 or 2 up, I think, and it'll be. They've got to maintain it now, I think, and with these guys behind them, I think they will.
19 seasons at Melbourne Victory. This is the first that you've sat in the grandstand and watching the game. How is retirement? You've got a job now.
Yeah, working the 9 to 5 now. Job at Adidas, working for the kids academy stuff as well, and going to try and stay involved at the club too. So it's plenty on the plate, plenty to think about. So no spare minutes at the moment, but had an interesting year last year, and I'm ready to enjoy it. And driving here, it was nice to come here and support the boys.
Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, Zappers.
Don't go anywhere. Kick off just a minute away for the second half.
We are all set for the start of the second half in the 10th Australia Cup final. No changes to either side. Victory with the better chances in the opening stanza, Daniel McBreen, but Macarthur as we know, never more dangerous than when their backs are to the wall. This one looks like it's going to be tight all the way to the final whistle.
Well, it's been a very strategic battle between the two teams. Melbourne Victory with more possession, moving the ball around. You would say they were the better team in the first half, but that sting in the tail from Marin Yakulish, Jake Holman, Jed Drew, they do hold the potential to disrupt that Melbourne Victory defence. Haven't seen a shot on target in the first half, but they haven't been far away on a couple of occasions.
The Victory fans have been in fine voice as well. No shots on target in the first half, which is why Macarthur are scoreless without, of course, last season's leading scorer for the club and captain Valère Germain, who scored 4 of their 8 goals in reaching the final, including the winners in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. His absence is certainly felt. Victory as well without Daniel Arzani. As the ball, Adamson has to chase. I thought for a moment he thought Curto was going to come for it. Curto making him work all the way down to the byline.
Well, it was Casey Boss just giving chase, wasn't it? Just putting the pressure on. He's played more as a left winger tonight than he has as a left fullback.
Just seen Patrick Kisnorvo and Mile Strzowski there. Outstanding footballers, both of them, in their day. Both played in England. Mile Strzowski with Derby, even if he spent the majority of his career overseas anyway, with Lille and then Basel, the Swiss top flight alongside Scott Chipperfield. Paddy Kisnorbo with the likes of Leicester, Leeds, where he was Player of the Year. Ipswich Town. Played over 70 times in the A-League as well with Melbourne City, who he coached to back-to-back premierships and a championship.
Well, 2 very different players, weren't they? But both with very high standards. Plenty of experience behind them now.
And both cut their teeth in the youth ranks as well. Oh, that's given away by Boss. Scott into the area, might yet fall invitingly for a white shirt. Burgos with the header into the path of Valupale, but he has to chase. Bratton back with Yerman. Yakulish. Holman again with Yakulish. Likes to get on the ball. Marin Yakulish. Here he is on the charge again. Good ball with Holman. Little chip. Well, the Victory defence has plenty of experience back there. And they are, for the moment, just dealing with those little dinked balls into the box, of which we've seen a few. Scott back with Uzkok. Liam Rose with Yerman. Holman, good little ball for Scott, return pass, he'll keep it in, being followed by Jordi Valadon. Here's Liam Rose, back for Holman again. Rose. Good ball over the top. Drew. That was better from Casey Boss, who has been caught out a couple of times in the defensive duties of that left-back position. He is a very offensive left-back, and that's what's asked of him as well.
Well, we saw Melbourne Victory knock the ball around and make Macarthur chase in the first half. Well, Macarthur's come out in the second half and said, well, I think it's time for us to start to make you do some work.
Pressure on Casey Boss there. Now here's Roderick Miranda. Well, Piscopo and Boss both took off to get in behind, and Miranda wanted an option short. This time Boss comes short, but Miranda looks inside with Jordi Valadon. Back for Macarthur. Mashash again looking for the little touch with Velupile. Vujica being very prudent inside the penalty box. Velupile somehow manages to stay on his feet and win the corner. Get back to his feet, rather.
Well, they both went down, didn't they? It's been a good tussle between those two.
Fantastic scene. Looking at the north end at a Victory home game. And the noise trying to suck the ball into that net. Delivery. The header from Miranda. Oh, and I thought they'd done it. Just the wrong side of the post.
Well, I'm with you, Robbie. The way Philip Curto stood and watched, it looked like it was going to nestle in that bottom corner. Luckily for Curto, you see it's the wrong side of the post. We were all the same.
Philip Curto will tell you he had it judged perfectly.
Of course.
That's the eye. The Polish keeper looks long. Miranda, who's without his partner of last season, Damien De Silva, as Mashash releases Virgos. Good turn of pace from the number 9 as well. Damien De Silva, Victory's player of the year the last 2 seasons, has left, but Hamill is a very solid replacement at the back. Western Sydney Wanderer, amongst others. Boss, first time ball is a good one for Piscopo against Scott. Piscopo's cross, back post. Oh, again, they just can't find a taker at the moment.
Well, on that occasion, I think Velupile had made the run thinking that Piscopo was going to knock it first time early. So he didn't take it. It was caught further inside. The moment was lost.
Forward, but no problem for Curto again. Won't please Patrick Kisnorbo so much.
Oh, it's just a little too straight, isn't it? It's easy pickings for Philip Curto there.
Bratton with the touchdown. Holman, who catches Valadon. Well played from Mishan Velupile, and a first yellow card of the evening. Marin Yakulic. Now Boss inside with Valadon, getting the right side of Drew. The cross cleared by Yerman. Playing second fiddle to Aspero Potomides at the start of last season before he left. starting role. We'll see if he stays there with the arrival of the Belgian Aslanagic. Piscopo, the cross, Uzkok with the header away. Valadon again. Appeals for offside, nothing given. That's a good run from Valupale. Getting down to the byline. Oh, and Luke Bratton wouldn't have known too much about it, managed to control his reaction just enough. Now Piscopo again. Strong challenge. No free kick, says the referee. Now Holman, that's a great ball for Drew. He's lightning quick, Jed Drew. Taking on Hamill, one way then the other, and then blasting. Well, he had to do it all on his own, but he was unable to do it as well as he might have liked.
Well, this is where they can hit Melbourne Victory in the tail, and he does well. He comes inside, gets behind Hamill, then there, it's just a little too far. He has a little look. It's going to take something special to beat Jack Duncan from that range and that angle. It's just another warning sign for Victory. They might have the possession and the field position.
Burgos, the back control into his path. Now Piscopo trying to bend one. It was a bit of a floater. And it was a fair opportunity for someone of his quality as well. Of that yellow card for Marin Jakulic. It's been a physical match, played at great intensity, but everything above board. As again, Drew is away here, the flag has stayed down. Jed Drew, Jakulic at the back post, Marin Jakulic, and Macarthur have scored. A classic dagger to the heart on the counter-attack. And just before the hour mark, they go and celebrate in front of the travelling supporters. And the new man who's just arrived from Melbourne City scores against Melbourne Victory.
Well, they fired a warning shot just moments before with Jed Drew. And on this occasion, it was Jason Guerra who was just caught lagging on the far side that kept Jed Drew onside as he broke free. If we have a look here, it's a good tussle on the near side. Just watch Jason Guerra. He's just dropped a little deeper than his teammates, and that's enough for Jed Drew to be away and in an onside position. He does his best to get back, but that's calm and collected from Jed Drew, and Jakulic is there to tuck it away. They fired the warning shot, and now they've hit the target.
Well, he scored a double against the Jets in this cup run. You can see what it means to Mile Stojovski, Christoph Gamel and Matt Smith, his assistant coaches. Jakulic is the name. What a way to introduce yourself to Macarthur fans.
Well, we said that Melbourne Victory had most of the play, most of the field position, but Macarthur could have a sting in the tail. They didn't heed the warnings. And now they have to chase this game.
It's a first effort on target of the match for Macarthur. Now, Piscopo and Boss. Little ball for Valadon, it's a good run. Jordi Valadon, the touchback, Mashash! Brilliant block from Yerman. Now Piscopo, still going. And again, it's Keely Adamson with the block this time, who's holding that left hamstring.
Roderick Miranda's just caught his head there on the back of Jed Drew, but this was nice play from Melbourne Victory, and then it was just a case of too many bodies in the way. White shirts everywhere. They finally get it away, and then the accidental head clash there.
He's a tough customer, Roderick Miranda. The referee is saying he has to leave the field of play to get that tidied up. Spitting blood now. Kisnorbo is heading for the bench. Bruno Fornaroli and Jing Rees attacking substitutions.
He's not mucking around, is he? Down 1-0, 60 minutes. Right, you guys, get ready, let's go.
Mashash with Guerrier, who came steaming across. It was Jed Drew who had that opportunity moments earlier where he blazed over. This time kept his cool to square the ball for Marin Jakalic. His third goal of this cup run. We were wondering where that goal was going to come from in the absence of Germain. Well, they found it in Jakalic. Adamson with Boss. The cup winner last year with Sydney FC, Keely Adamson. Didn't play a single A-League match for the Sky Blues before heading to Macarthur.
Well, he had a burst out. I was going to say season, but it was a burst out tournament, wasn't it, in the cup? And then when it came to the season, I don't think Sydney FC had any spots left to offer him a position. He'd done so well. Sturjowski said, well, I'll have a piece of that, please, and brought him over. He's having a hell of a tussle tonight with Casey Boss.
You can see the switch in that wide shot to the three up front since the start of this second half. It's just given Macarthur a little bit more presence up front. Jakalic again. See how hard they're working, trying to close down space. One over the top for Boss. He won't get there though. They're just starting to force Roderick Miranda and Melbourne Victory to just force the issue a little bit.
That's 2 or 3 straight balls now, isn't it, that really Macarthur will be happy to see being played through.
Now it's a problem for Philip Curto here, so the goalkeepers are the only players that don't have to leave the field of play when they need to receive treatment. It's something about the calf muscle. Let's head down to Michael Zapponi, who's on the sideline for us, Zappers.
Yeah, just getting some treatment, as you can see, but interesting story over the next few minutes will be the introduction of Bruno Fornaroli, who's been outstanding for Melbourne Victory over the last few seasons. He's seen very little game time in this pre-season under Patrick Kisnorbo. We know Bruno, he'll want to come out here and prove a point to his new boss.
Thank you, Zappers. Bruno Fornaroli, an outstanding season last year. He's gone from cult figure to bench warmer with the arrival of Paddy Kisnorbo. Does have 1 goal in this cup run. It came in the very first match against the Lambton Jaffers. He actually missed the penalty in the 9th minute, but turned home the rebound.
It shows how quickly it can change in football. Scoring goals, Socceroos call-ups, and then can't get in the starting lineup.
Mashash foul by Holman. Yellow card. Second of the evening, second for a Macarthur player. Bad foul as well, catching the toe of Mashash, who's claiming that, I think, claiming, it's showing that his shoe's been broken, I think, there. Jake Holman was reaching across, lunging in. It does hurt. And now, Reno Piscopo, who can hit a free kick from distance. He has that technique of the knuckleball. the floater that's so hard for goalkeepers to deal with. This looks slightly more traditional with the around the corner run-up. What's he going to produce here? Piscopo goes for the bender, but it didn't have the pace or the direction. And that was a little bit underwhelming after the build-up. Burgos had that opportunity in the first half, but has failed to make an impact on the big stage in this cup run. It's Reno Piscopo's final contribution, as well as Bruno Fornaroli receives the hero's welcome on his return to Amy Park, and Jing Rees, who played his part in that famous treble of the Central Coast Mariners last season, comes in on the left side of midfield. It will be an even more attacking left side now with Boss and Rees. Liam Rose. Good to see there's still one L Rose in the Macarthur ranks after Lockie Rose moved to the Jets. Now another one for Jed Drew to chase. Melbourne Victory chasing the game. In 9 previous editions of the Australia Cup, we have had multiple winners. Adelaide have won 3, Melbourne Victory have won 2. But we've had 9 different coaches win the trophy, and we will have a 10th this evening as well. At the moment, Mile Sturjovski has one hand on the trophy. Midway through the second half, up by the goal to nil. They've won the last 2 matches, the quarter-final and the semi-final, by a goal to nil. Hamill. Fornaroli's touch, cleared by Vujica. And Victory have it straight back. Now if this becomes the pattern, it's going to be the longest 23 minutes plus stoppage time of Mile Sturjovski's life. Miranda does brilliantly. Now trying to take on Adamson, the big central defender. He's still got it with Teague. Mashash, he hasn't had as much influence in this second half as he did in the first. Gets it back from Boss. He's turning one way then the other, but going nowhere. Zinedine Mashash. Now Hamill trying to straighten things up. Ball over the top for Jing Rees. It's a good ball. Cleared by Adamson. Rees gets there with Mashash. This is where he can be dangerous. Mashash turned into trouble though. Valadon now. The game squeezed into Macarthur's penalty box. Valadon, lovely touch, and back for Lupale. Onto the right boot and then blocked.
Well, they're just sitting deeper and deeper, aren't they, Macarthur? It was almost like a back 8 when that ball was crossed in there. If they're going to keep sitting back, you see there, look at all those white shirts in one straight line. Lupale comes back inside. They're going to invite the pressure if they sit deeper and deeper.
The old heads getting in the ear of Jonathan Barrero, Bratton and Fornaroli.
Well, here's another look at the goal from Macarthur. It's Jason Guerrier on the far side that kept Jed Drew in an onside position, and he was composed, saw the support play, and look at that finish. Calm and collected from Marin Jakalic. Puts Macarthur ahead 1-0. They absorb the pressure. Sting is in the tail.
The ball in, back post. Vujica gets it away under pressure from Velupile. Ryan Teague comes across to take. Brendan Hamill trying to get more noise out of the North Terrace. 20 minutes left. Teague's left foot to deliver. Curto comes, gets a good punch on it. He'll win the race to the ball. Hamill, the cross near post, cut out by Vujica. Holman, that's well played. Adamson looked up and only had Liam Rose ahead of him in the middle. Great strength from Mashash. How long's the referee going to allow it to go? Nishan Velupile is claiming there should have been a second yellow there for kicking the ball away. Holman, who was just booked a couple of moments earlier. Jonathan Barrero, unmoved. You want to be a little bit careful if you're Jake Holman. Here's Reese. Cross blocked by Walter Scott. And Mile Sturchovsky not taking any more chances after seeing that little warning sign, that little flash of Jake Holman sitting on the yellow card. He is removed from the field of play by Roderick Miranda, and Holman didn't appreciate it. So coming into the contest, Dean Bosniak, just 17 years of age, 9 goals in 28 matches with the under-20s and the MPL side last season. Made his first team debut in the 4-3 win over the Jets in the round of 16, and now on the biggest stage he's ever played in. Big boy as well, up front for 17 years of age. Here he is closing down Miranda. Hamill again. Everyone back for Macarthur. Everyone forward for Melbourne Victory. The Victory will be leaving space behind them. Jed Drew is still out there. Here's Miranda. Miranda striding forward, looking for the free kick, nothing given. Now, is the break on again? Matt Yerman couldn't find Yarkulish, but that's the danger for Melbourne Victory. Jim Reese does well. The crowd enjoyed it down there too. Boss drives it in low. Oh, it was almost a great ball to pick out Mashash. Now Jed Drew again, looking for the pace of Yarkulish. Guerrier. Coolly done this time. Velupile direct from Victory down the right hand side. Navy blue shirts in the middle. Vujica, perhaps fortuitously stepped on the ball but managed to wrong foot Velupile in the process. Now Jed Drew. He's done that pretty well. Yarkulish slows things down. Oh, Jed Drew has just pulled up. Oh, he's got a bit of cramp in that left calf by the looks of things.
Well, this is just a little bit of respite for Macarthur. Haven't had much of the ball since scoring that goal. Haven't had much field position either. Could probably extend for most of the match. Victory want the ball in play
as much as possible now. Jed Drew is struggling. There's a bit of movement on the Macarthur bench. Teague with Boss. Jing Reese with the run in behind. Boss again, cross back post. There's nobody there. Yerman heads away. Yaklish does well to keep it in play. Ariat Piol, who we saw a couple of times last season for Macarthur, is preparing to come into the game. I suspect that'll be for Jed Drew, who was still looking to make the run in behind there. Here's Scott with Adamson. Bosniak, nice turn, well played. Foul. For the first foul by Teague, not the second by Roderick Miranda.
Sorry, prefer the second one. It's a little bit closer and maybe within range. He's rode the first challenge well. That's the second one. I'd be saying, please, sir, you got through the first one. I'll take the second one, thanks.
The referee felt the second one was not a foul, but certainly looked like it the way he jinked inside. Had a good game, Jonathan Barrera, though. Yaklish chips the ball back post. Liam Rose with Bratton. Had a very decorated career, Luke Bratton. Here he is again. Started in that successful Brisbane Roar side. As Jed Drew just lost his footing, and he knew something was on there as well. Fornaroli with Boss. They're forced back. Fornaroli and Walter Scott with a little bit of afters. Valupale. Oh, now he's been collected by Bratton. No free kick, says the referee. Bosniak needs an option. Adamson. Well played. Valadon, though, has front position. Oof. Well, the tackles are starting to fly in now. Arms are raised. Play continues. Well played, Adamson. One back by Boss, though. Crowd want the free kick.
I'll tell you what, on both of those flanks, the battle has been immense, hasn't it? Adamson and Boss on the other side, Vujica and Valupale, they've been at it all game.
Bosniak went down that time, no free kick. The quick ball from Valupale looking for Fornaroli. I don't know, maybe that was the holes cut in the back of the socks that made Philip Curto fall over, but the change coming with just over 11 minutes left to play. Jordan Hoey is coming on to replace Zinedine Bashash. What a moment for the Victory winger out of the academy. Made his debut against Northern Spirit in this cup run, the 4-0 victory. Jed Drew succumbs to cramp. He's played his part this evening with the assist for Marin Yakulish's goal in the 58th minute. And Ariat Piol, who spent time at the Western Sydney Wanderers and Metro Stars in South Australia before joining Macarthur last season, now joins Bosniak up front. Fornaroli, first touch for Hoey, driving into the area, the youngster with the touch for Valupale, and another great save. Reflex stuff from Philip Curto.
Oh, it's a lovely positive start from Hoey, just driving at the box, little jinking run and pass, creates the opportunity straight away for Valupale. Curto with the save again.
not for the first time this evening, but just about the first time in this second half, from a Victory side that need to produce something more. They've been behind for 22 minutes now. They've had the ball, but not the chances. Miranda with Hamill. With Teague. Hoey again. The pass for Guerrier. Hamill had to judge that correctly. Looked for a moment like it might just be over his head. Now, Boss down the left-hand side. Fornaroli wants it early into feet. That's where he is so dangerous. Not running onto passes, but trying to roll defenders who get too close. Adamson. It's a good run. But it's a Victory ball. Valadon. He scored the semi-final winner in the 88th minute. His first goal for Melbourne Victory. Casey Boss got his first goal for Victory in this cup run. Valupale has been the star man. He has 5. But they need one from somewhere now, and I don't think they'll mind where it comes from. With Boss. Casey Boss. The reverse pass. And everyone had stopped their run. Well, there's the crowd. Just over 13,000 in Amy Park for this final. Still 3 weeks to go before the start of the 20th A-League season. It's been a good night for the Australia Cup final. And don't forget, if you're not a member of your A-League club, you've only got 3 weeks now before the start of the season to pick up your season ticket and be a part of it. It's going to be a fantastic year on Network 10 and Paramount Plus. Here's Teague. Teague's ball is not a bad one. Yerman with the header away. Valupale. Bosniak gets it clear. Bratton towards Piol. Teague again. Continues his run, the number 6. Looks up and crosses. Fornaroli appeals for a hand. Not given by Jonathan Barrero, who claims he saw it and that it was down by the body.
Matt Yerman is claiming it comes off his hip. Yep, I think he's right there as well. Comes off the left side of his hip. Let's have another look there. Yeah, not even close to the arm.
Well refereed again by Jonathan Barrero. Hamill's ball is a good one for Boss. They're stretching Macarthur. But they have not been broken yet. Macarthur, who were not happy that this match was brought forward by a week without 3 of their young players currently away in Saudi Arabia with the young Socceroos. Valupale. And now Boss back in. Cleared. Teague with Miranda. Victory need to find something, some inspiration, some brilliance from somewhere. Boss's ball towards Rees. Hamill with Valadon. Boss again. Teague. The left foot cross. Again Rees is the target. Hoey, the youngster, in there. Fornaroli. and Luke Bratton. Well, there are some battered and bruised players out there now.
Here's another look as the ball gets headed back in from Howie Yerman up over the top. It's just all bodies getting thrown in desperation. So many Macarthur players back in the box in his effort to just win the challenge. The strike just goes awry.
Thumbs up from Bratton towards Miranda. 15 shots to 6 in Melbourne Victory's favour. 5 on target. Curto has made a couple of really good saves. A couple to deny Valupale. It's early days in the Patrick Kisnorbo era for Melbourne Victory. He said it's been a tough few weeks trying to put in place the process, as he calls it. But that's the beauty of the cup. You don't have time. You have to perform on the night. You've got 90 minutes, perhaps 120. And you've got to take your chances. That's how you can have upsets. And we're looking at one now. When they won it 2 years ago under Dwight York, they were the favourites, Macarthur, against Sydney United, the MPL side. A pair of penalties were enough. These are two sides that have overcome great adversity in the last couple of years. The Christmas derby for Melbourne Victory 2 years ago. The loss of Uli Davila, Clayton Lewis and Matt Miller at the end of last season with the yellow card scandal for Macarthur. And here they both are in the final of the cup. And Macarthur, for the moment, are holding on for victory. But there's still plenty of water to flow under this bridge. Hoey. The cross is blocked, appeals for a hand again off Yakulish. Matt Yerman waving away at the crowd, it looked like, for calling for it. The throw goes Macarthur's way. They'll be in no rush to take it.
Well, they can see the funny side of it, can't he? Because it was waved away. The ball just ricocheted off and just flung out at him.
Into the final seconds of regulation time. Teague does well. Boss. The cross. Ching Reese, who had a good side at that at the near post.
Well, it was a little too far across the front post to go for goal, but he just helped it on a little, hoping someone was coming behind. And the pressure mounts on Macarthur. With Hamill. He looks up. The big switch of play. Walter Scott heads away. Miranda with Valadon. Good ball into Valupale. Valupale trying to turn Yerman. The cross in, cleared by Uzcock. The crowd roaring every time the ball comes into the box. Victory desperate now. Teague towards Hoey. Now Guerrier. They need it in the box. They need Fornaroli onto it with his eye for goal. Valupale, no way through, corner. The 90 minutes tick over. 5 minutes of stoppage time, 5 minutes left.
Teague again. Towards Guerrier. Yeoman's header away. Boss's ball. Here's Reese with Fornaroli. Valadon. The cross is a good one. Vujitsa with the defensive header. Teague with Hoey. Boss. Clever. Guerrier. They need someone to shoot here, Victory. The shot comes in the end from Casey Boss. Yakulish. Strong in the challenge. But can't find Piol.
I think he just needed to put his foot on it there, didn't he? Calm it down for Macarthur. Instead, now Victory have the ball and they come again.
Entire Macarthur coaching staff screaming at their players to get back, to stay compact, no space. Teague popping up on the right-hand side now. Velupale, it's another corner. Well, they are on the edge of their seats. The 13,000 plus in Amy Park. Teague again. Jack Duncan hasn't come forward yet. In comes the cross. Curto with a strong claim in the air. And he looks long. Valadon. Well, there's a mismatch there with Piol, who's managed to turn Valadon. Ariad Piol goes down, no penalty. It is tense though. Jing Reese. The ball hacked away by Liam Rose.
There's another look here. There's nothing in that at all.
Reese's header. Yakulish with Bosniak. What a start to the career of these youngsters if it was to finish with silverware. Bosniak, Piol. Their first steps in professional football. Valadon towards Teague. Buzzcock strong in the challenge. 2 minutes left. Valadon again. Guerrier says, give me the ball and get forward. Chips it in towards Fornaroli. Miranda with the nod down. Macarthur clear, and can Macarthur hurt? Victory now. Yakulish with Bosniak on the charge. It's a nice first touch. Bosniak, the cutback. And cleared with Hoey now from one end to the other. Teague does brilliantly. Valadon with Boss. Velupale. Is this the moment for Victory? Melbourne Victory still. The cutback. Teague skies it into the northern terrace. What disappointment.
Have a look at Philip Curto at the moment. He's run 40 yards to scream at his teammates to go to the corner. And what could have gone down at one end to waste time, they go all the way down the other end, Victory. And it ends with Ryan Teague with a really good opportunity on the edge of the box. And he just gets under it. In fairness to him, it takes just a little bobble, I think, just as he goes to strike it. As we see, Yakulish replaced by Jones.
Ollie Jones, the big defender. Made his debut a couple of years ago, but still is finding his feet in the professional game. Well, they're the sprays you won't forget for Bosniak. A minute to go in the cup final. He won't mind either, not one little bit. Curto takes. The 5 minutes of stoppage time are up. The referee's had a look at the watch. How much more is he going to add on? It's at his discretion now. Will there be time for one more chance? Hoey looks up, drives the ball long. Adamson's header. Teague with Boss. They need the ball in the box. Teague's cross. Gingris! And claimed by Curto. And that may well be that. Curto long. There goes the final whistle. And Macarthur, for the second time in 3 years, against all the odds, are Australia Cup winners. Jet Drew with the assist. New signing, Marin Jakulic, with the only goal of the game in the 58th minute. And the Macarthur Bulls, this side often derided, nearly always the underdog, have picked up silverware for the second time in their young history. And they have confirmed this evening that they may not be the most fashionable side in Australian football, but they are a cup team. They have character. And they have done it against all the odds once again. They are writing history. And they are writing their history. The Bulls have done it in Melbourne. Victorious in the Australia Cup final. Look at the scenes as the final whistle blew. And it doesn't matter if you're a veteran or a youngster. Winning the cup is such a special moment. The winners are grinners, and Macarthur FC are most certainly that, courtesy of Jakulic's goal. It's finished here in Melbourne. Melbourne Victory 0, Macarthur FC 1. And let's head straight down to Zappers with the reactions.
Yeah, very happy Macarthur bunch here, including Jake Holman. Congratulations, so special for this group. You can see what it means to everyone behind us.
Yeah, very special for us as a group. We've had some very tough matches leading up to this, and to win makes it kind of all worth it. As you're all aware, we've had several boys out with injuries and stuff, so a depleted squad to do it's even more magnificent.
And describe the feeling of winning it away from home. And I know everything sort of went against you in the lead up to this one. You wanted to play the game when it was originally scheduled next week. You wanted to play it in Sydney, but despite all of that, you've come on top tonight. Does that make it sweeter?
Yeah, we didn't really get too wound up in all that, to be honest. As players, we were quite sheltered. We didn't know any of that was really going on, which helped us focus really well for the game. But hey, coming to Melbourne, especially Melbourne Victory at Amy, and beating them in front of their fans, it's a very, very good feeling.
You're under the pump a bit there towards the end. Philip Curto was outstanding. Just talk to us about the resilience of this side to hold Melbourne Victory at bay in the end.
Yeah, well, I think we showed a lot of character, not just in this game, through the whole tournament, and in the end it got us the victory.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it.
Enjoy. A few weeks to the A-League season starts. You probably can enjoy it. Tommy Yuzcock, bandaged and bruised, just like we expect a leader to be, and that was tough in the end. You guys did so well to hold on. Did you feel that Melbourne Victory were pushing and pushing and pushing?
Oh, yeah, I think they were pushing, as you said. They were great tonight. They're a fantastic team, and they'll be a force during the season. But we dug deep. We really laid it all out there, and I think we showed what sort of group we've got. We're really together, and it was just ecstatic.
Sweeter the second time round for you now?
Oh, it's nice, isn't it, just to win any time? We just came in with a plan to try and go all the way, and we grinded out some results along the way, and I think tonight was a bit no different. You know, we played when we had to suffer sometimes as well, and we got the job done, so it's fantastic.
Talk us through those last sort of 20 minutes when Melbourne Victory really started to push and put pressure on you. What was your message to your group as a defensive unit? Just to stay calm, because you can panic, you can start kind of being erratic in your actions, but I just said stay calm and just suffer when we need to suffer, and we have to do some dirty stuff that sometimes you don't like to do, but it's a cup competition and
the main thing is winning, so we just have to do it, yeah.
Did indeed. Well done.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
All right, Tommy Hulscock, he'll be lifting that trophy shortly with Macarthur. We're off to the break. The presentation is coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere.